As we continue our special series, School Matters, we are looking at the debates over how to reopen schools safely amid the pandemic. With many schools now back in full swing or starting next week, a growing number of students are learning from home in at least some capacity. According to Education Week, 39 of the 50 largest school districts in the country have chosen remote learning as their only back-to-school model. That affects more than 6.1 million children. This morning, as part of our ongoing partnership with USA Today, we're sharing what all parents need to know to make remote learning successful. USA Today national education reporter Erin Richards joins us. Erin, good morning, and thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
You talk about the importance of parents communicating directly to schools and teachers about their child's needs during all this. So how should parents go about doing that?
Well, this has always been important, right? Parents should always be communicating with their teachers about their child's needs. But now more than ever, especially with so many districts starting either remote only or with some online instruction and some at-home instruction, it's really important for parents to have that direct line of communication with their teacher via email, via phone. What is my child expected to do? What are the grading expectations? How can I be a partner and make sure that the at-home learning is as successful as any in-person learning that my child may be getting also?
One of the things that's really hard about this is that remote learning is not the same for every kid. So what should effective instruction actually look like, do you think?
Well, it depends on what type of instruction you're talking about. Now that we've got much more of an emphasis on providing remote and online instruction for more kids, that should look like some live interaction with your teacher every day. For kids who have devices and who have internet, that should mean that there's some number of hours each day that you're online with a teacher and you're having some live engagement with your peers for that social connection. Some kids don't have computers or don't have a consistent internet access. So for those kids, maybe that daily check-in is a phone call from your teacher, or maybe it's a phone call from another staff member in the school who can check in with that child and see how they're doing every day.
So you talk about there are a lot of kids who don't have these connections that you're talking about. There was a photo that went viral recently of a couple of kids outside of a Taco Bell using their Wi-Fi because they didn't have it at home. There it is. So what do parents do if their kids don't have this access? How do they ensure that the kids are getting instruction?
So you can ask your school district or your school for individual paper packets. Teachers can put together high-quality academic packets that guide children through a number of their academic concepts, math, English, science. They can work through those. And these have been done successfully in other countries where kids live in remote locations. And those paper packets can be dropped off weekly. Teachers can check in by phone, and so families can still have that one-to-one connection with their teacher. But a lot of times parents need to ask the school for that material. If they don't have internet and if they don't have a computer, they can also ask for those.
Yeah, parents, of course, many parents are working from home too. They get distracted, can't always look at what their kids are doing. How do you ensure your kids stay focused through all this?
Right. So when I've talked to child development and psychologists about this, we've talked about how important it is for kids to have a routine every day. In the spring, we saw lots of teenagers develop some pretty wacky sleeping habits. A lot of them didn't have to go to classes because grades weren't being taken anyway. So this year, people are saying it's so important for kids to make sure they get sleep every night, that they get up in the morning. Maybe they can't follow the exact same schedule as they would if they were in elementary school and you're following a schedule for 7 hours in the day. But you need to be able to make sure that you're meeting those classes, that you're getting online, that you're doing that academic work in a part of the house that's conducive to your learning.
So some kind of routine is really kind of essential, is what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Erin Richards, thank you very much. You can find more of Erin's takeaways for parents on remote learning and education in the COVID era in USA Today.